values in the United Nations Climate Change Convention with several higher educational institutes worldwide. Krishna Valley has developed various aspects of sustainable paradigm, such as organic agriculture, efficient water and waste management, and they also have a recognized cow protection center and beekeeping. The community of 150 families is self-reliant in grains, vegetables, fruits and honey. Krishna Valley draws 30,000 visitors and ecotourists annually, and it hosts farm conferences already in its 8th year, and there are many politicians are coming there also. So another eco-village, ISKCON eco-village, which I would like to mention, is the Govardhan eco-village close to Mumbai in India. It is a 50-acre property and it has won several prizes on eco-solutions. It has helped more than 200 neighboring impoverished farmers to improve their standard and quality of living by teaching them how to be self-sufficient through the practices of organic farming. So here in Sweden, we have Korsnäs Gård, where we are here today, and Almviks Gård. This is 40 kilometers distance from here. In both communities, we have organic gardening, providing for the residential members flowers, fruits and vegetables, and in Almvik even grains. The Almvik farm is selling their products even on the local market in Järna, including bread and pastries from the Almvik's bakery. So these were 3 examples of different eco-villages which ISKCON has out of 65. And so 50 years ago, when Bhaktivedanta Swami said to us, please start some farms to grow your own vegetables, it was a question of ideology, but actually today it is a question of necessity. So now of course ISKCON is a minority in this world. We are, especially in Sweden, we are only a few. In India we are actually big in India, but here we are only a few. But so how much can we really contribute? But the point is that it needs each individual as well as each smaller or bigger community to make a change in this world. And there's a beautiful story in the Ramayana, which is the greatest ancient Indian epic, which some of you might know. And there, Lord Ram, he was a prince from Ayodhya in India, and he wanted to save Mother Sita, she was kidnapped. It's a long story, but I'll tell you now on a short. So he wanted to save Mother Sita. She was kidnapped and she was on an island, and so he wanted to build a bridge over the ocean to come to the island. And he had many helpers who came, and some of them were big monkeys. So they came and they built the bridge by throwing big boulders, big stones into the ocean. And then there was a little spider, and she was trying to make a little dust in the ocean. So the monkeys, they saw this and they started to laugh at the spider and said, what are you doing here? You cannot help really. But then when Lord Ram, when he saw this, he said, no, you monkeys, you are giving 100%. And this little spider, she's also giving 100%. So you are equal. So together then, they built a bridge to save Mother Sita. So in the same way, some people can do big things due to their position and influence, like politicians or industrialists or businessmen, and others, like individuals or small groups, can contribute in small ways. But if we all try our best to improve the situation of the world, then we can contribute to a positive change. So living in eco-villages or eco-communities is a significant way of helping to solve the problems of ecological sustainability. There are, of course, also other steps which are important and which could be mentioned. Also, not everybody has the possibility to live in a village, but also many of our members don't live in villages. But even if one has a flat in the city, one can contribute and make a change. And Mahatma Gandhi, he said, "Be the change that you wish to see in this world." And this is a very strong statement. So last year, here in Korsnäs, we had one part of this project was to have a youth event here. And at that event, we also started a youth forum. And you can see some of our youth here sitting. Some are at school, some got free from school, some sitting here. So we have done many things together so far. We did forest walks, we traveled abroad, we had music events, or we organized different workshops which the youth partially organized and led themselves. Because to organize and hold workshops helps them to take up responsibility, they develop organizational skills and pedagogical skills, and they dive deeper into a topic. This is also traditional Indian art. And then we had the boys here participating at the, we went abroad to Germany, and they were participating there in the music event. Here we had a guided tour on a biodynamic farm in Germany. And here we had a trip to Denmark, Copenhagen, where we participated at the Festival of India, and also, of course, we visited Tivoli. Yeah. And here we went when we went to Belgium, we also went to the European Parliament and had a guided tour there at the European Parliament. And Chandra, who here the right girl, she was also with, and she said afterwards that this I would have never learned at school because they had such good guided tour there. So she really appreciated it.
Thank you. Namaskar. I am really very pleased to be here with all of you and to have watched this very interesting film. It is my first visit, as it happens, to this amazing venue, and I'd just like to sort of pick on a couple of things, that the thoughts which came to my mind. One is that, in fact, two things. One is I'll take it from the song that you were all listening to in any case, which had the refrain of Kabhi Khushi, Kabhi Gum. How many of you understand what those four words mean? Well, for the rest, let me say that it means sometimes there is happiness, sometimes there is sorrow. I think that is a very simple description of what life is all about. And the first thought which comes to me is that any organization which is seeking to establish itself in a country which is not, let us say, the country of its spiritual origin. I use the word spiritual origin because Krishna consciousness movement is really today a global movement. It's not an Indian movement as such. But of course, the spiritual inspiration we are very proud to own. But we don't want to possess it. We are very happy to let it go and grow. But this spiritual inspiration, even in India, and what I would like to urge a movement like yours to carry out is, wherever you are established, share the joys and sorrows with your community and of your community. whether people are your members or not, you should try, I feel, we should try to bring a touch of happiness to their life. And when there is sorrow, as there can be earthquakes, there can be accidents, I feel it is also our responsibility and completely in line with the thinking and the spiritual values of your movement that we must share in those sorrows as well as and try to reduce them. The second thought that I would like to share with you, and which I am confident you will all share, is that the essential greeting with which I was greeted and with which I greeted you, Namaskar, Namaste, which is the basic integral greeting in India, even though the way we say it may differ. A Muslim may say Salam Alaikum, sort of a Hindu in a temple might say Ram Ram or whatever. But Namaste is really the feeling that we all in India feel. And Namaste, for those of you who know Sanskrit, means I bow before you. I bow before you not in submission, not because I feel myself to be lower than you, but in humility, and because I recognize that while there is the Spirit of the Lord in me, there is also the Spirit of the Lord in you. Whatever religion, whatever your background may be. So I want you to respect me, but I must respect you as well. So this mutual respect and openness, I think, is a value that a movement like yours is and should be spreading more and more, because it is absolutely the need of the day in the world. Unless there is mutual respect, you cannot have sustainable integration. Unless there is mutual respect, you cannot have sustainable peace. So the message that I feel a movement like yours can take, starting from India but developing it and growing it along the way, is that of mutual respect, sustainability, peace, tolerance, and not just accepting diversity and difference, but welcoming diversity and difference. I believe that even in India, we still need to keep relearning the importance of tolerance, which I feel is the basis of our Indian values and actually are the foundation of what I would call Hinduism, but not as a religion, but as a philosophy. And it is this value which says that you may believe what you want and I will respect it, and you must respect my values. I think, and I hope you will agree, that this is the mutual respect on which lasting peace and happiness can be built. And I hope that this project, as well as all that this movement here and is doing around the world, will be furthering this objective. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your kind address. And so now I would like our youth, Haman and the boys, to come forward, because they would like now to show you their expertise in singing and playing these wonderful Indian instruments which we have here, the harmonium and mridanga. So welcome our boys here. And I would like very much to thank Eva Östlin and Jimmy Barker, who are the heads of Polchaka Commune, the presidents of the Polchaka Commune actually, that you came here today and celebrate this occasion with us. Thank you so much for coming, and we hope you will soon come back again. Thank you.